Broadcasting live to the world, the Kart Racing Network.
Come treat yourself to a day of full adrenaline excitement at Ocala Grand Prix. Bring the entire family and enjoy 50 miles per hour of safe family fun. Ocala Grand Prix. Feel your need for speed. For track time and location, visit ocalagrandprix.com.
Keen Racing of Deerfield Beach, Florida is a Tony Kart and OTK dealer for the South Florida region, as well as a distributor of Rotax engines and Mojo tires. As an authorized Rotax service center, Keen Racing offers complete rebuilds with dyno testing of all Rotax power plants, in addition to sales and service for all Rotax engine parts and components. Keen Racing is also a front-running team on the national karting scene, with lead driver Darren Keen, a 2012 Florida Winter Tour champion. For sales, service or information on the Keen Racing team, visit www.keenracing.com. Motorama Kart Parts is ready to serve your needs with a fully stocked inventory that includes Birel, Freeline, Victory Kart, Rotax, Perilla, Yamaha, AIM, Tomar clutches and many more. MKP offers arrive and drive packages, driver coaching, dyno services and brings a full parts trailer to most major events. Check out mkpshop.com or victorykarts.com or call 317-858-8888. Motorama Kart Parts, North America's #1 Birel dealer. Here is Danny Formal, advancedkarting.com. Daniel Formal, very dominant in the pre-final. Nick Neary having to battle hard through the rain to join him on the front row by coming second. This is Nick Neary in kart number 151. The champion defends his title. Nick Neary, the winner in Salt Lake City last year. Can he retain his title? Sponsored by Ocala Grand Prix, OGP. And here we are looking at Andrew Palmer. Andrew Palmer in kart number 102, driving that cosmic machine. And you see his very clearly identifiable race suit and rather colourful helmet and visor. Fritz Leesman, seasoned veteran, shall we say, driving the CRG. Our cameraman catching a wave out of Fritz. Thank you, Fritz. Good luck to you. So we're rolling. This is exiting the grid onto the track proper for the first of our formation laps. Hope you enjoy these pictures we're bringing you on the Kart Racing Network. We're trying to get you to the heart of the action. The 26-lap race for the senior final for the blue ribbon title in American Rotax Racing. Who is going to be the 2012 champion? We're going to find out within the next 20 minutes or so. Danny Formal, 137 on pole position. And we're racing, and Danny Formal immediately takes the lead, and Nick Neary immediately slots in behind him. Doesn't try to make a contest of it from the outside of the front row. And these two already pulled away a little bit from Andrew Palmer. Fritz Leesman, Colin Daly, I think I saw there. But this is without a doubt Daniel Formal and Nick Neary pulling out at the front of this one in the early stages. Stepanova Nikhil goes third. Stepanova Nikhil has made an early forward progress into third place. And I think that Colin Daly has also made a good move. But these are Daniel Formal from pole and Nick Neary from off pole. Nick Neary glances over his left shoulder as we approach the end of the opening lap of 26. Absolutely nobody behind them. 1.5 seconds is the time differential between these two at the front and the guys in third place, led by Stepanova Nikhil third, Colin Daly fourth as we called it. Mason Chalutes went through fifth. Fritz Liesman, just a little bit tardy from the outside of row 2, went through in sixth. Sam Beasley running seventh. There you see Stepanova Nikhil in third place, being pursued by Colin Daly, the Red Bull helmet. Have to say, Colin Daly reminds me of some of the better drivers in Europe who come with a big reputation and don't do terribly much in qualifying practice and in the heats, but then when it counts, and of course in something like a one-off European Championship, the only race that does count is the final. This is Stepanova Nikhil in third place, Colin Daly pursuing him in fourth place. In contrast to Colin Daly, Stepanova Nikhil has been a front runner the entire weekend. Daniel Formal just coming back into shot, leading Nick Neary by a little margin, isn't it? It's not quite, well, not quite 2 lengths, but approaching 2 lengths. 1 3/4 lengths, the advantage of Daniel Formal. And who's that taking a spin? That was 110, Thomas Radivoy. Well, Thomas Radivoy was running in the top 10 in 9th place. So Thomas Radivoy drops out of the top 10 after taking that spin. Well done to our cameraman for picking that one up. We bring you into the heart of the action on the Kart Racing Network. Really do try to bring you those candid shots, those oblique shots, just to make your enjoyment of the event that little bit greater. Danny Formal leads from Nick Neary, but this is the battle for third, fourth and fifth. That's Colin Daly in the red race suit. As I've said several times, he is signed up to the Red Bull Formula One driver development program from Kingston, Jamaica, but now spending a lot of time in the United States and in Europe. And Sam Beasley putting the pressure on and going through. Sam Beasley goes past Colin Daly, and Sam Beasley, a member of Team USA and wearing a Team USA race suit, showing absolutely no respect for reputations there. Colin Daly, he says, you may well be signed up to the Red Bull Formula One driver development program, but right now I'm driving past you. And he has done. He's driven into fourth place. Just look at this. Daly's not really done an awful lot wrong, but Sam Beasley was just so determined to go through and executed the move. He's now running fourth. Stepanova Nikhil is the guy to the left of your screen in third place. The two Florida Tony Kart drivers in front of them are Nick Neary second and Danny Formal first. They just went through the top of your screen moments ago. This is lap 6 of a 26 lap senior final. Well, Stepanova Nikhil holding on nicely, but kart 102, Andrew Palmer there, having a really good dice with the guy behind him, which is Mason Chalutes. Have to say that whenever you see Andrew Palmer, you usually see a very, very refined piece of driving, and that applies now. Just behind him, Mason Chalutes is running 7th. This is the start of lap 7. 102 is Andrew Palmer. 121 is Colin Daly. Behind Colin Daly, Mason Chalutes. Nick Rivellini is 8th. Jonathan Kotick 9th. And Joe Crisione completing the top 10 in 10th place. Just looking a little bit further down, Fritz Liesman down in 26th place now. So Fritz Liesman, who started on the second row, is way, way out. I didn't see the issue. The lady in the race, Anne Hayden, she's in 28th place and not likely to find a way into the top 10 unless something of a miracle occurs. This is lap 7. Having said all of that, it is of course a 26 lap race. This is Stepanova Nikhil being pursued by Sam Beasley, and Sam Beasley getting closer, isn't he? These two guys having a really good dice. Sam Beasley going third. Oh, and Stepanova Nikhil just getting back. Sam Beasley holding that third place. Sam Beasley now going past Stepanova Nikhil and into third place. The good news for Sam is that he's now in a safe third place, well, relatively safe third place with clear track in front of him, but Nick Neary is a full second away. Sam Beasley's just done a 42.248 on his way to third place. Our replay shows perfectly how that move was executed. And I've said this more than once today, but you would have to say that Stepanova Nikhil did pretty much nothing wrong there, but that was all down to how good was Sam Beasley, how determined was Sam Beasley. We saw how he dealt with Colin Daly, we've now seen how he's dealt with Stepanova Nikhil, and Sam Beasley's got himself in a podium position, but there are 18 laps remaining, including the one that we're on, and so there's still an opportunity for Sam Beasley to make even further forward progress. Sam Beasley featured there, kart number 104. Third place, followed by kart 122, Stepanova Nikhil. In shot there is kart 137, our race leader, Daniel Formal. Daniel Formal, based in Florida, but with all of the family in Costa Rica. I was talking to his father this lunchtime, Donald, and I said, I understand that there's a couple of is it aunties or uncles, or is it a cousin tuning in Costa Rica? He says all of them. The whole family's tuning in Costa Rica. Well, hi to Costa Rica, hi to everybody tuned in Central America. Hi to all of you tuned in all of the Americas. Hi to those of you tuned in Europe. Hi to those of you tuned in Asia. We know that you're there because you've told us that you're there. This is Danny Formal on kart 137 on lap number 11. And you see how that rear wheel just leaves the circuit under braking at the hairpin, but all very controlled by Danny Formal. Now, I did point out earlier today how he was using his distribution of upper body weight, his torso, in the rain. Now that you see on the dry track, there's not nearly that same exaggerated body movement. Nick Neary in second place, you saw. Sam Beasley's getting closer. Stepanova Nikhil running fourth. Andrew Palmer fifth. And there is kart number 141. Nick Rivellini going past Colin Daly. So you've just seen the move that took the 8th place driver, Nick Rivellini, into 7th place at the expense of Colin Daly. Colin Daly 8th, Nick Rivellini 7th, Mason Chalut 6th, Andrew Palmer 5th, Stepanova Nikhil 4th, Sam Beasley 3rd, Nick Neary 2nd, and our race leader Danny Formal. Here's a replay of that move, nicely executed by Nick Rivellini. Kart number 121, Colin Daly, caught in a little bit of, not exactly no man's land, but he was in a position that he couldn't really defend, and Nick Rivellini unlocked him. However, Colin Daly fighting back. This is the scrap. Nick Rivellini in the front of this one. Colin Daly behind him. It's the dice for 7th and 8th, but it's a good one. We've just changed now to another scrap. This is kart 151, Nick Neary being pursued by Sam Beasley for second place. So Daniel Formal will be very happy for this one to go into a little bit of a dice between each other, because it'll take any pressure off Danny Formal. Right now Danny Formal's 1.3 seconds clear at the half race distance, so it's hard to see how he could feel under pressure. Have to say, Nick Neary, if he was to lose this race, if and we're only at the halfway point, if he was to lose this race, would say that as a champion he's really gone down fighting. Ian Thomas wants to say hello. Hello from Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas, an Englishman based here in the United States. 151 is Nick Neary, the defending champion. Right now he's defending second place against fellow Team USA driver Sam Beasley. Out of shot because he's so far out in front is Daniel Formal, and this is the start of lap 15. We start lap 15. Here we go on lap 15 of 26. Well, Sam Beasley turning up the heat, isn't he? Hope that we can stay with these series of pictures for a while. Sam Beasley. I do like to see Sam Beasley when he's on a charge, because that's just what it looks like. It's funny, I'm a little bit of a contradiction. I love to see the finesse of a smooth, cultured driver in control of the speed. but I like to see a Charger coming through as well, and Sam Beasley in that latter category. Having said that, he was very, very close to Nick Neary for the last lap and a half, but just losing about a full kart length at the moment. Not in a position to make a challenge here as we go up the hill for the 16th time of 26. Attacking the curbs here though, Sam Beasley. This is the part of the circuit that suits him best. There is Danny Formal in kart 137 in the comfortable lead. Glad that we've cut to Danny Formal because it's good to see him driving. This is the example of the smooth operator. There you see a little bit of that body inclination, not nearly as marked as in the rain earlier today in the pre-final. Nick Neary still holding that second place. Have to say that Sam Beasley's challenge is coming in fits and starts really, isn't it? Oh, and Nick Neary telling somebody something. Who's the guy? Who's the think around here? A little tap at the top of the head. Well, I'll have to ask Nick Neary what that was about later on. He may say he was scratching his head. Don't think it would have worked. He's got his helmet on, hasn't he? Sam Beasley getting closer though. Sam Beasley not beaten out of second place yet. Not beaten out of a victory place because Danny Formal's still got a little bit to do. Let's have a look how the whole field pans out. We're on lap 17. Well, just going through there, you see the guys in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. A little bit further back, a little bit untidy towards the back end of the top 10. I think that was Colin Daly and Jonathan Kotick we saw go through. I do rather like these shots. I hope you like this. The point of showing you this field cycle is to show just how far, and there goes the move by Sam Beasley past Nick Neary. Well done to our TV producer, cutting from the field cycle and getting us that move, the heart of the action. Believe me, folks, at the Kart Racing Network, we make our promise to bring you the best of the racing and to put you, the viewer, right in at the heart of the action. And there was a perfect instant where Sam Beasley was about to make the move on Nick Neary, and we brought it to you. Well done to our cameraman. So, Danny Formal now being pursued by Sam Beasley. This is lap 19. A reminder, what is this kart race? It's the 2012 USA Rotax Grand National Senior Final. In the world of Rotax racing in this great country, it doesn't come any bigger than this. Danny Formal leading it. Sam Beasley in a strong charge now. He's got a lot of ground to make up. 2 3/4 seconds on Danny Formal. That may take some doing. But having disposed of Nick Neary's under pressure from Andrew Palmer. Andrew Palmer just needs to go past Nick Neary to get himself in a podium place. Well, to pass the champion would be a feather in the cap of Andrew Palmer. That's in the final. To pass the champion and stay there would get him onto the podium in the final. So Andrew Palmer not short of motivation for making this one count. We're on lap 20 of a 26-lap senior final. Well, just for a moment, Andrew Palmer not as close as he was. Don't feel that a challenge to Nick Neary's third place is on the cards just at the moment. Although, as I say that, Andrew Palmer immediately closes up. We're at the top of the hill. That was Daniel Formal. This is Sam Beasley, and Andrew Palmer does go past. Andrew Palmer goes into third place on lap 21. And once again, we brought you the instant passing. And there's Nick Neary fighting back. Oh, guys, this is wheel-to-wheel stuff. Well, Nick Neary's not pointing to his head now, and Andrew Palmer's just getting the hammer down. These guys giving no quarter at all. Really, really top-rate Rotax kart racing in the senior category. Andrew Palmer and Nick Neary in shot now. This is the scrap for third and fourth. And when I say it's a scrap, well, you tell me what this is. Nick Neary trying to battle through. Andrew Palmer battling back. Nick Neary doing the sensible thing. That is Andrew Palmer in shot live as we speak. Live from the Michiana Raceway Park, South Bend, Indiana. In the 2012 USA Grand Nationals, bringing you the best of the racing from the senior final. Nick Neary coming back on Sam Beasley. This is the start of lap 23. Sam Beasley 2.4 seconds behind Danny Formal. Andrew Palmer third, Nick Neary fourth. Out of shot is Stepanova Nikhil fifth. Here is our leader. Well, we do apologise to the Formal family in Costa Rica and all Danny's many fans. Go through another full field cycle to show you how far Danny Formal is in front of Sam Beasley and Andrew Palmer, and how far the rest of the field pans out behind them. This is on lap 23. There is Danny Formal as we pick up the field again, leaving the full field cycle. Danny Formal's lead was 2.2 seconds, has been a little bit more than that. And again, that inclination of the body, sweeping round the hairpin. At the bottom of the hill, climbing the third hill of 3. Sam Beasley in second place is well clear of third place third place Sam Beasley in front of Andrew Palmer. Two to go. Here is Andrew Palmer in third place. Behind him is Nick Neary. Let's stay with these two guys because they've been putting on a great scrap, and if it's not the scrap for the race victory, it's the scrap for the final podium place. There's less than 2 laps to go in the senior final. The senior final sponsored by MKP, Motorama Kart Parts. Andrew Palmer in kart number 102. Nick Neary in kart number 151. The defending champion looking as if he's going to surrender his title, but he would gain some kudos by coming home on the podium, but that may be beyond him. Danny Formal starting his last lap. Andrew Palmer starting his last lap. Nick Neary in third place. I don't think Nick Neary is going to be close enough to Andrew Palmer. This is Danny Formal. Danny Formal looking particularly good in the lead and looking particularly smooth, which is one of the features of his driving assets that I do very much appreciate more than others. Kart number 137, the Tony Kart driver from Florida. We're doing a bit of showboating at the top of the hill. Well, this is Monza. This is the checkered flag. Daniel Formal is the champion. Danny Formal wins the USA Grand National Senior title. And Danny Formal is just a little bit happy about it, isn't he? Sam Beasley coming along to offer his congratulations. Well done, Sam. Very sporting of you. Sam Beasley comes home second. Andrew Palmer in third place. The defending champion went down fighting. The defending champion Nick Neary was fourth. Stepanova Nikhil fifth. Mason Chalut 6, Kyle Byers 7, Jonathan Kotick 8, Nick Rivellini 9, and Joe Criscione made the top 10 at number 10.